the incident happened with them, and it was Nim Cross that stewarded what happened and found a discrepancy.
Got him.
Straight up disqualified them.
Oh yeah.
They started the pits with, yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
No, I was gonna say, so I mean, I don't know what happened in the background, but everything I watched said that they withdrew. So maybe Nim Cross was like, you got two options here, fellas. You can get disqualified or you can withdraw.
Yeah.
I'll let you decide.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by Trophy AI, the ultimate performance coach tool for sim racers. Hello and welcome to the Chicane Podcast, where we discuss all things in the sim racing world. I'm your host, Jason Rivera, and I'm joined here by Mr. Eric Kelly and Jeff Smart. How's everybody doing today?
Doing good, man. Over here trying to stay dry and getting ready for this new heat wave coming through. But outside of that, we're doing good.
It's that summer in the South starting up.
Yes, sir. It
Dude,
is here.
Another week down, another week closer to the expo. Let's go.
It's like correct.
It's like that start where you can like see it in the horizon and you're like, dude, it's almost like you can almost start a countdown. Like we're kind of there, right? I don't want to wish the summer away, but
there
it's
he goes.
It's kind of like right there. I mean, is it any really different for us out here? Not to, flex on the weather, but it's kind of 82 to 85 year round. Maybe just rains a day or two.
see
extra.
Y'all done went down to Hawaii and got soft. Y'all don't know.
Oh, 100%.
Is anymore,
100%.
Yeah, man. 70 degrees and below is cold. That's too cold. I ain't going outside. Yeah. I am not going outside, man. That's what's up.
Well, bring
Anyways,
your parka in Chicago. I said, make sure you bring a parka in Chicago then.
Oh yeah, I'm ready. Look, I'm rocking one right now. This is what I'm gonna be rocking over there. Well, who knows? I'm
excited. Jason, we'll get to wear like a hoodie and stuff, hoodie and jeans and stuff. That'll be. Yeah. I haven't worn jeans in. I don't even know last time I wore jeans.
Them clothes look brand new right now.
Yeah.
It looked like you just bought them.
Oh man, I'm jealous.
Eric, how was your week, brother? What's going on with you over there, man?
My week went good, man. I did get to watch y'all's race, the 24-hour Nürburgring. I feel bad calling a race because it's almost like a torture test.
That was 24 hours of hell. That's what that was.
Yeah, man. Y'all made it look easy, man. But it inspired me. I know we talked a little bit before, and I had not purchased the Nürburgring in iRacing yet, and so I actually went ahead and bought it, and went ahead and wrapped. Ran the car into a couple of walls and stuff like that, just to get things going, man. I have not completed a lap yet without destroying the car. But yeah, it's giving me something. I can tell it's gonna be something I do in my spare time, just trying to get better. And kind of.
I tell you what, that's a good track to straight up. It has everything to practice on.
Yeah.
If you could push there, you could push anywhere. My opinion, and it has something. Maybe it doesn't have like the tight chicane into another chicane, like slow speeds, but it's a very, very, very fast track, bro. And when you do it for 24 hours, bro, you start seeing stuff like.
I can't imagine, especially because all of my Nürburgring experience has essentially been in GT7, and so. Just the differences in like elevation, like there are, obviously places in GT7 where you can go flat out, and trying to take that same car on the Nürburgring and iRacing, and it's like, oh yeah, your tires are no longer on the ground. Like you're expecting to be glued to the ground. You're expecting to have like auto aero, like no
downforce.
Physics exist here, right? So once you go over this little hump. Now your tires not on the ground. You can't be in the air and turn at the same time.
Has left the chat.
That's it.
So
disconnected.
Yep. Instant back to the pits.
I'll give some sort of summarized thing that happened this weekend. And our last episode, we were talking for the future. I had no idea what was at stake here. I'm good at the track,
Mhm.
but there's a clear difference, which we will get into.
Don't spill the beans.
But I'm
Okay.
glad you bought it. I'm glad you bought it because
Yeah, man.
it's a great track. It's used many times, many different events. Um,
Yes.
they got the Rainmeister, they got the 24-hour, they have GT racing there.
Yeah.
It's all over the place, and it's got like 3 or 4 configurations, right? So the combined,
Yeah.
you can race all of them. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah. It was. I'll say this. It was $35 just for the track, which
Jeez. Is
that's
that
kind
much,
of
huh?
yeah. That was
That was
new.
a jab to the gut. You'll be all right.
Yeah, but I've forgotten about it already.
Man, boy.
There you go.
Now I have a new challenge on my hands. So yeah, it's definitely worth it.
What did you take on the track? Just
The Porsche that you guys racing, the Porsche Cup.
Yeah.
the P Cup?
Let's start with something difficult, yeah.
Well, so the thing is, I'm most familiar with the GT3. If I try to take that BMW M2 out there, man, I'm just gonna
Oh no,
Get bored.
you'll be on the straight for like 20 minutes.
I won't make
That
it
long
to the
straight.
I won't
You'll
make
fall
it to the
asleep.
straight. Nah, in that BMW, I won't make it to the straight just because, like, having to learn that car, and that car takes a lot more finesse with the Porsche. At least I can slow down and
Yeah,
kind of drive carefully, and it won't kill me. But with that BMW, it's like like you're going straight, and the weight balance is weird.
that's
You
it.
hit a hump, and the back end is going that way, and now you're back in
So
pits.
I tell you, man, we did a race before the 24-hour event. We did a GRL race at the Nürburgring in the P Cup, and it was raining when we did it. So that was a good practice, but we didn't run. I'll get into I'll get into the details soon. Jeff, how was your week, man? Thanks, Eric.
It was good, man. I've been super busy. Work's been absolutely crushing me. I don't know if you guys had the IndyCar, since it was no F1. IndyCar was at Detroit, but the IndyCar didn't take the news of Detroit. The F4 cars. I don't know if you gentlemen had a chance to see I use the air quotes race, but dudes, it was exactly how you think. So it's a road course, right? Super narrow. Exactly how you think an iRacing F4 D-class race would be on a super narrow street course.
Oh my God.
Bro, this is no word of a lie. We'll put a link into the incident I'm talking about in description. There was a crash in the second corner, and another crash, and it stopped the race. It blocked the track. All cars, doosh, 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 doosh,
Oh,
doosh.
I think I seen
dominoes.
a highlight
So
or something.
That was recent. I thought that was like some blooper reel from way back or something.
No, that just happened.
Wow.
Like, is this Idiots of the Week in iRacing?
Yeah.
Oh, no. It's actually a real F4 in Detroit.
Oh, wow.
Dude, it was
Okay.
like unbelievable. It was like exactly like an F4 D-class race would be. And you're like, oh,
not much different.
Maybe we don't have anything to really complain about. This is how it is in real racing.
Hey.
But yeah, it sucks for everybody involved. But it was entertaining for us that were watching it.
Well, yeah, I mean, you're trying to find something to cure the fix of not having a Formula One race.
Hey, you got that right. And then more people are talking about this than the IndyCar. I don't even know who won the IndyCar. I don't know who won the F4 race either, but it was a cool, I don't want to say cool, that's not the right word, but
it was a highlight.
It got us talking about it. Or a low light,
Yeah.
A low light. Well, that's what's up, man.
How was yours?
Well,
without spilling the beans, how was yours?
Yeah.
Well, I'm having trouble adjusting back to a regular sleep schedule because of this race, and I'll get into that. But other than that, it's been a great week. Got a lot done. Thank you guys again for all the hard work, and you know what I mean when I say that. We put some new stuff in place for the show to keep it running more efficient, and it's working. So thank you. I want to say thank you here in front of everybody. And now, the Green Hell 24-hour race. Achievement unlocked. basically. Ever since I started sim racing, and I'm quoting the man, the myth, the legend, Michael from the sim racing den, we have the same insight. And it's ever since I started sim racing, um, this has been a goal for me, was to participate in one of these, because it used to be me looking at these streamers and wishing I had a team to go and, or the time or the equipment or the pace, all of it all together to participate in an event like this. And it happened. And it happened fast, meaning the preparation. I mean, there was little to no preparation.
What preparation?
There was no preparation. We had shout out to my boy Mark Thompson, aka he streams. What's his he has many names. Bruiser King, sorry, and Pixel Busters, I think. He has like 2 brands. And so shout out to him. He built a spreadsheet at the last minute. He even added the Hawaiian time zone so people can understand where the hell I'm at. And we started filling in the slots. We started filling it up, and I was getting excited. And one of us canceled. So I hit up one of my friends that we race with in the Global Racing League, but he's a pro driver. This guy is way faster than us. His I rating is higher. So I reached out to him and I said, listen, man, I didn't want to reach out to you because I'm not as fast as you. But right now I'm kind of in a corner right now. We need somebody to open up this race. And he was so cool, man. Shout out to Gene. You know who you are too. Another Puerto Rican brother. So he was all for it. He said, dude, don't worry about that. We're going to go over there and we're going to kill it. So then we started doing some practice and I started following him and I was maybe a second off his best. So I was kind of really excited and happy. Yeah.
Oh,
I was really, I started out in the high 835s. Then I went down to 831. Then I went down to an 825 in the actual event, which was a 10-second gain. So I don't know how, maybe it's just practice or just
repetition and
knowing the track.
Consistent.
Like, really knowing the track.
Yeah.
It's knowing the track, and then we're racing a GT3 car. So the GT3 car allows for more speed. It allows for more. It wants more. And you think you're not going to make it, but somehow the car makes it, which is what makes them special. And it's rather controversial because we race P cups, and P cups, there's always that person that races P cups is saying, oh man, P cups where the challenge is. If you could drive a P cup, you could drive anything. So now my views on that have changed a little because we have professional drivers that race P cup had to learn, or not learn, but had to practice on a GT3 car, which you would think the opposite, right? And he's like, yeah, this car is asking for more speed, more. And our braking points, 100% different. Everything, slip angle, weight transfer, everything about it is a different animal. And doing that with cars on track is another different animal. So anyways, fast forward, we practice, got a group together. The start was at 9 p.m. local time. And we put our fastest driver, which was Gene, in the car. So Gene qualified, I think it was 39th, 39th place out of the 60 teams, out of the 1,000 teams total that signed up for this event.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that went 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah. The fractions started adding up there.
Yeah.
So we started the race. I started the stream. Everything was going well. Had a little glitch in the beginning. And he gets taken out lap 1.
Oh, man.
Gets taken out lap 1. We got a 7-minute damage repair in the pits.
Oh, so you didn't get you got taken out.
Yeah, like he got pushed into a wall and then
like heavy damage.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It was on turn 1 too. On turn 1, somebody came out of respect and put a BMW into our Porsche.
That sucks. Like, you can't win the race in the first corner, right? But you can sure ruin it for a bunch of people.
Yeah, and it was him. It it was only Gene and I. Everybody else, it was like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning for everybody
Sure.
else. So I'm like, okay, so I'm trying to be there for him too. And I got to start the stream and I need to be there for him. Mark was there for a little bit. And I said, don't worry about it. The main goal here is survival. We're just trying to, we're not top split. We qualified in the mid pack, but then we lost the mid pack. So then I think we ended up like P47 or P48 after that. And okay, so 2 hours later, I took the wheel. I gained 14 positions on my stint. I don't know how.
Yeah, boy.
I don't know how I did it.
Chicane podcast
Hammer down,
coming
baby.
for you.
No.
Good for you,
825 was my fastest lap there.
825.
Aliens were doing 818, 819, and then the odd 813, which was like, I don't know.
But
it was like a 8,000 I rating or something stupid.
But you were saying you were doing that as like your fastest lap, though, pretty close, yeah?
That is my all-time fastest lap without
and
draft.
You're doing it with 20, and it's, you know, so you're not like on the edge, especially in a 24, like, so you must have been feeling it, dude.
That was completely, one of the laps was completely on edge. Like tires were scraping. You can go back and watch the replay. The tires were scraping the grass. They were scraping each corner. I connected really well. I think Neil, the top shotter, was there watching me. He was it was like, maybe yeah. So I ended up being maybe like close to, I don't know, maybe 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. He got up super early, was making coffee. Gene was racing from Vegas. So by the time he got off, did quali, did practice, it was 5 o'clock in the morning for him when he went to bed. So, and that's the thing. He said, I'm going to bed. And I said the same thing when I gave up the car to Neil. I could not sleep. I couldn't. I was dreaming about corners. Yeah, I was dreaming about corners and cars and the track and the track and the track. And worried about the stream, or what if this person's PC crashes or whatever. Yeah. So, I mean, just to summarize, all 3 parts are uploaded on YouTube. You can go and skim through and check it out. But one of the most interesting things happened to us. So a guy named Nim Cross joins our stream on Twitch. And I had no idea who this person was, right? Nim Cross. I'm like, okay, what's up, Nim Cross? How you doing? And he was very humble. He was asking me, why are you going to sleep? You should be drinking. You should be going to the store, getting 5-hour energies and staying up. And I said, dude, I'm almost 40. He's like, I'm 59. So Gene is still hanging out. And Gene is like, wait a minute, I know that name, Nim Cross. He is an official iRacing Chief Engineer. The iRacing Chief Engineer was in our stream.
Wow.
Yeah, and we were joking because our bumper had a chromed out bumper, and it was really bright. And we were like, yeah, man, we're just trying to throw people off. You get too close, they'll blind you. And he put some emojis on. He was laughing. So after I found that out, I invited him to attend onto the Chicane podcast, and he gladly accepted.
Oh, man, let's awesome, go. Man.
So Nim Cross will be coming onto the show to give us insight. And sometime after he left my stream, a team called, what is that name of that team, Eric? What is that name? Something with Verstappen, huh? What is the name of that team, bro? Someone got disqualified, I heard. I heard on the radio.
Red Spot, Red.
Yeah. Oh, Red Line, right? Was it
Red Line?
Yeah.
Oh.
So Team Red Line.
Snafu, huh?
Say it ain't so.
So Nim Cross was the actual person to, if Nim, if you hear, correct me if I'm wrong, but I've watched many YouTube videos after the incident happened with them, and it was Nim Cross that stewarded what happened and found a discrepancy.
Got him.
Straight up disqualified them.
Oh yeah.
They started the pits with. Yeah, go ahead, Jeff.
No, I was gonna say, so I mean, I don't know what happened in the background, but everything I watched said that they withdrew. So maybe Nim Cross was like, you got two options here, fellas. You can get disqualified or you can withdraw.
Yeah.
I'll let you decide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can withdraw yourself from this race. So what happened in a nutshell, and probably Eric has more details about it, but in a nutshell, is that they started the race from the pits, and they put wet tires on a bone dry race. And the reason why they put wet tires on was because, the wet tire is a thicker tire. So it allowed for them to drop the ride height lower than what was legally allowed on the dry tire. So their plan was, we'll do a lap, come in and switch to the dry tire and drop down the car and get a 5 second, I don't know how many seconds, but get like a 5 second gain every single lap. So it was a loophole that they thought they found, but all three of them went into the pits at the start of the race. All three.
Yeah. It's interesting because I was watching videos and they said that if they did a lap and then went into the pits, it would have been fine. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but there's nothing like bringing attention to yourself than like one of the top 5 premier teams in all of iRacing starting in the pits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why are you starting in the pits? Why are you on a wet tire, first of all?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was very, very, we didn't know about this. We were racing.
Yeah, you got your head down, literally. And
we were hammered down. Like, I'm looking at, it was kind of dope. The stream was kind of awesome. Like midstream, we'd have updates like, this team Gecko is 2 places ahead of us. They're on their second stint. They're in the pit. Like, we had all kinds of stuff.
It was, as an outsider, Jason, it was cool because, I know Eric and I dropped in, combined maybe 6 times. And it was cool to hear you guys talking and communicating to the dude that was driving over, hey, we bumped up the last, session, driver bumped up, this many places, and talking about how many laps you got in the thing and average lap times. And especially like giving people, the driver, the essay of somebody who's coming up behind him. It looks like they're driving on the edge. Just don't take the risk and just let them pass.
Let them go.
Let them go, right? It's not worth, battling over.
Yeah, we've been here for like 18, 15 hours. Like,
yeah.
Why would we?
Yeah,
bro.
Definitely.
And it was super cool to see like the whole team doing this thing, not just passing it off and everybody goes and does their thing.
Right.
Yeah.
No, it was really good, man, because we had a race engineer. That's any of us. And let's say, Jeff, you're driving the car and you're getting ready to pull into the pit stop, excuse me. And I'm the next driver and I want tires and I want full tank gas. Instead of making you do that, in iRacing, you can actually take control of the person's button box and start clicking on the tires.
That's dope.
Start setting the fuel. If there's a particular PSI on the tire you want, we were looking at everything. The weather, we were looking at radar. We were looking at how far ahead our closest, if the guy behind us was faster, or if they were
legitimately a race engineer.
Yeah.
Like sitting in the pits, looking at your data wall and your data that you've compiled over the last couple hours, and it was cool to watch. It really was just hearing you guys interact and stuff.
The guys were awesome. They helped me out so much. While I was away, they took care of the stream. They answered questions. Roy Wheeler.
I saw he dropped in.
Yeah,
I saw he dropped in.
Heavy.
Roy didn't just drop in. Roy was
with
with us 90% of the time. And you know what he did? When I think we had like 2 or 3 hours left to complete this race. And he says, guys, I got to go, but I'm setting up my alarm clock so I can get up and watch you guys finish the race. So
that's legit.
Roy Wheeler, shout out to
OG,
Roy.
man.
Roy kept us alive. He kept us engaged. Shout out to Nim Cross and shout out to Michael from the Sim Racing Den, because after the race, he left a message that I'm going to share with you all. I'm going to read it to you. And it says, achievement unlocked. iRacing 24-hour Nürburgring complete. This weekend, I checked off a major sim racing bucket list goal. Competing in and finishing a 24-hour endurance race alongside my team, Sim Racing Coalition. That's the name of the team we came up with, SRC. and it's the coalition of it's the unison of brands, different brands together. So we had we had Neil Severin, Jim X Simsine. He actually made the skin to the car.
Of course he did.
Hit him up on Insta if you're looking for a skin. We had Bruiser King, which is a Twitch streamer. We had Michael from the Sim Racing Den, and you had TGSR here. So we crossed the line at 32nd place in the annual iRacing 24 Hours Nürburgring. One of the most grueling endurance events out there, combining the GP and the Nordschleife layouts with 8 to 9 minute lap times and multi-class chaos. Yeah, because we had GT3s, GT4s, P Cup, TCR, and BMWs on the same track.
It was chaos, dude. There were cars there. When I dropped in, it seemed like there were cars everywhere. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Freaking cars everywhere, bro. He said, we raced in a Porsche 911 GT3R wrapped in a custom livery by our own Neil Severin. There he is again. Gen X Simsine, and every teammate played a crucial role. So Jason Rivera, TGSR, for streaming the full 24 hours and being a rock behind the wheel. Gene William Rivera set us up for success with a strong quali and ran one of the hardest opening stints, because he did. Mark Thompson managed logistics, driver stints, fuel calculators, and still laid down clean laps. John DeWayne, this is another guy. John DeWayne is a 5.1 I rating, but in the Mazda MX-5.
What?
And he took this car.
Oh, yeah.
He's a weapon in the Mazda series, delivered some of the cleanest and fastest laps. Like, I think his fastest lap was like in the 820, low 820s. Like he was flying, bro. Yep. Neil Severin gave us style and speed with his livery and steady driving. And yours truly, let's just say my first stint in the pitch black was rough. But I bounced back with a strong, clean second run. So I have to add one more. David Crossan. He is a follower, a listener of the Chicane podcast. He joins the GRL. He's an MX-5 driver. And I reached out to him and said, would you like to be part of this? And he said, yes. And he's like, I don't have my C license. And because it was a minimum C license. He said, I don't have my C license. I'm on travel. The guy gets off a plane. He drives maybe 5 or 6 hours straight, gets a C license. Then he dumps 3 more hours into a car that he just purchased the same day.
Yeah.
That dude's sleeping right now.
And you know what? He went from a D 4.0, which bumped him up to a C 3.45. And now he's a C 4.99, which is
because you can't
over 4.0. You can't get any higher.
Double about, yeah.
So all he has to do is participate in one more race. And this guy jumped from a D class to a B class in like
4 days.
Yeah.
Hey, the way he was driving, I believe it, man.
So shout out to David Crossan.
Whenever he wakes up, he'll be a B class.
And then it says, huge thanks to this amazing group of drivers and friends. We may have not been the fastest team out there, but I guarantee no one had more fun than we did. I'd go to war with these guys again in a heartbeat. So thank you so much, Michael, for the kind words. Honestly, this experience, you guys need to do this. Seriously.
I'd like to do an endurance race. Maybe not 24 hours the first pull.
There's a Spa 24 too that's coming soon.
Talk dirty to me, Jason.
Yeah.
You know Spa. You know Spa, bro. So yeah, it's kind of a bittersweet moment. Like here, I'll share a picture of the.
I got a question for you too. Whenever.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Does it give you a new respect for the guys that do this in like?
Oh yeah.
For real life, the cars.
Oh, 100%.
Like, can you imagine like how beat you were if you were to get out of the car if you just drove a GT3 or a GT3
like
for 24 or for 2 hours to get a couple hours break and then get in it again?
This is the car. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, the what killed me was that the limitation of YouTube. YouTube has a 12-hour limitation with live streams. Not saying that I can't stream over 12, but the recording can't be over 12, if that makes sense. So I go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning, bed, meaning tossed
Laid
and turned.
down.
Yeah, laid down basically. And I
Yeah.
had to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning anyway to stop that stream, start another one. And then after that, I was just a zombie, dude. I was a zombie. I tried going back to sleep. I couldn't. Then,
Yeah.
so imagine this in real life. Like I can imagine people how do you sleep during an event like that? How do you get some rest? Like
Obviously, you don't want to take like melatonin or nothing because you don't want to wake up groggy or if you got to get in the car for something happens, you know.
right.
I don't know.
That's the scary part. Like if something happens or you get like a call or something.
Usually you wake up tired, way more tired than you
Yeah.
would if you just did it naturally, right?
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah, a lot of respect for the people that do this. But again, this
Not trying to downplay what you guys did by any stretch of the imagination.
I'll tell you,
Super cool stuff.
Yeah.
if you go out there and look at the speed that we were moving to do that over and over and over, it was like 157 laps around the Nürburgring, bro.
That's crazy.
Wait, I think
That is
it was
crazy.
like, I don't know how many miles, like stupid amount of miles that we drove on the car. Like we were talking about that, we were joking around. I was like, this engine's done, bro.
Yeah, it is for sure.
This engine is toast.
Done deal. Yeah. Pack that up, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So maybe next time we'll get you guys in there and
love to.
Yeah, we need to do one. We need to do one. Honestly, it's it'll change. It'll change your view on it. Like I thought I knew everything there was to know about endurance by just looking at it, but when you do it, and I think about doing another event like that, I have some ideas on how to fight certain things. Right? I would have never went that early. What I should have done was start at the stream, go to bed, then get up right before switching over, then take my stint. That's what I should have done, and I would have been all right. But it is what it is. It's over now.
One last
we survived.
question.
We're living.
I'm sure everybody is interested. Anybody have to do a bathroom break while they were driving?
No, actually, no. I was adrenaline kicked in. I didn't get shit on the pedals this time. I made sure. And I definitely tested the hardware. Trust me, everything's working.
I dropped in and somebody was talking about their computer overheating, and I was like, oh no.
Oh, that was Mikey. But that was way after his stint was done.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was looking at, my computer was fine until the very end. I was looking at, it was getting hot already and, being on all the time, bro. And that's the thing. This computer was on. The same thing you're viewing in the background is exactly what I woke up to. And I didn't even want to look, dude. When I woke up like an hour later and I look at the screen, I'm like, is the car still on the track? Yeah, it's still on the track. Oh, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's funny because when I got in the stream, you were tossing and turning. I assumed you weren't asleep, but you weren't in the rig.
Yeah.
There's no way he's asleep. He's just probably taking a break or something like that because I know I couldn't sleep if I had that going on upstairs in my house.
Bro.
But just thinking about what you were saying, Jeff, about all the stuff that has to go right. Even with the sim racing, like you think about it, like it was like 5 or 6 of you guys. So that's 5 or 6 PCs that have to stay on and working 5 or 6 iterations.
We were working
iRacing.
around the clock, dude. Because Neil was out with his wife all day. He was 2 hours away from his house. He drives back, and I'm ready to take the wheel again. And he's like, "No, I'm back. I'm good." So then he jumped in, and then the other guy had to do something, and it was just like the same thing we had mentioned something like that here, like go about your day, do what you got to do, and then when it's your time to drive, then. But that's a solid 2 hours that you're there.
Yeah.
At the Nürburgring with some very, very fast competition out there. And then you have these slow cars and really fast cars, people spinning out in front of you. It's a lot. It's a lot going on.
At night too.
At night. Yeah. So yes, we started the race somewhere in midday and we drove it all through the night through sunrise. It was even foggy in the morning. It was so dope, dude. So
that sounds
if you want to check it out, it's on there, all of it. It's a little, it's R-rated on part 3. We were getting tired.
Just like real racing, man.
The
Hallucinating.
effects, yeah, man. We broke out the drinks at the tail end. We started
After
drinking.
you're done your last stint.
Yeah, after I ain't driving no more. Turn my turn the steering wheel off and cheering our Gene, because Gene finished.
That's what's up.
Cheering him on, and he was rocking, bro. He was pushing hard. He was like, "I'm making up for what I did in the beginning. I'm making it up right now."
That sucks. I'm sure he felt terrible.
He did. He did. He was really like, he was. Yeah, it happened to me too. Some BMW clipped me in the back, put the car on the wall, but we didn't total the car. That was the most important thing. Was not totaling the car. It was just people you got to understand. You're driving for that many hours. People are tired. They're exhausted. And
decision making is challenged. And
if you got 3 people doing this, just do the math, bro. That's 8 hours a person. That's no joke. That's no joke, bro. So the more the merrier, I say. That we had 7 drivers, and we still did 2 hours each. We did 4, almost 4 hours each, like 3 hours and some change.
Sure.
And we would just do it by the gas tank. And that was one more thing. That's another thing I was going to tell Eric. There's a very, very different thing. The car has, you can go through all the stages of the vehicle, because from when you first put gas in the car, it's really hard to turn the car, really heavy. And then you start flying over curves and being really sketchy, bro. Like the tire catching and going like this, like, oh man. But after a while, we were just having conversations. The car's doing like, I don't know, half a click on the road. And, I started watching and I was like, dude, we're like joking around about nostalgic things. And the car's just like screaming down the road. Yeah. You can see it in the back. That's us in the back, racing the 911. So anyways,
man,
that's going to do it for Nürburgring. I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait. Thank God it's only once a year, because I am not ready right now. I need some time, but
that's going to be my goal, man, to participate in that.
You could do it, man. You could do it. You could do it. You could do it. You get that pace going. You get that practice going. We were all, dude, it was so sick. We would all jump in a practice run, and we would just form a train, bro. All 7 cars, all 6 cars.
That's super cool.
And we were just all doing like this. And the guy in the front, he's telling us the gear he's in to kind of help if you want to find All right, so that's going to do it for the Nürburgring experience, the 24 hours. So over to Eric for the next topic. Want to have a live coach available on demand? With Trophy AI, you'll be able to practice with Mansell AI at your convenience. A real-time coach in your headphones to navigate and guide you through the track, helping you achieve race pace. This tool is awesome as it provides full brake, throttle, and steering telemetry on screen, with the live review getting you ready for your next big race. Check links to Trophy AI in the description, and also use Chicane12 in all caps for a 12% discount.
Yes, sir. So this, man, you got me thinking about the Nürburgring. I'll probably do a couple of practice laps here later, but on to something else that's not quite as exciting as a Nürburgring, but it is, it's exciting nonetheless. A little bit more GT7 news. So if you guys don't know, GT7 just recently had a kickoff to their GT World Series, and so this is something that they do every year. They have a series of race events where they have drivers that are qualified throughout the year to represent their countries, and they get to pick manufacturers and basically just start the GT World Series. So the interesting thing about this year is normally GT7 has like a different partner. They might be a manufacturer or OEM or technology, just some company that's that partners with them and kind of sponsors the event, their headliner. This year it was interesting because it was Xiaomi. So Xiaomi is a Chinese. They used to be just like a phone manufacturer. They started making watches, tablets, other electronics, but they've gotten really, really, really deep into racing manufacturers, just all kind of stuff. And so to solidify themselves, they invited the I can't remember who he is from GT7, but like the lead developer, the guy that's over it, invited them out to their manufacturing facility and basically just took them around and showed them just their culture there. You know, they have this place where they're manufacturing cars, they're manufacturing, they're doing all their testing and simulation for their cars. And he got to drive one of their EVs, and I have a picture of it here. I'm going to put up.
All right. Let's see it, bro. Let's see
Dude,
it.
I think that I think that company's like pumping these cars out and they're reasonably priced, like in the real world. So I'm not surprised that GT3.
Yeah, but reliability in them, you know? I don't know.
It doesn't look terrible.
So this is an
Looks
EV.
like a McLaren almost.
A little bit. That's the first thing I thought of.
Yep. So it's an EV, and I got some of the specs here. And the interesting thing about this car is they have 3 iterations of it. They have just their regular, it's called the Xiaomi SU7. They have their regular version, which is kind of eerily tame, right? So that one has a single motor and you get 295 horses out of it. You know,
300 horses electric motor, probably get
300 horses is about a baseline. Is that a base model?
Yeah, that's base model single motor, which is crazy because my Camry has more horsepower than that. That's why.
Yeah.
But then you could bump it up to a dual motor, and it has 664 horsepower.
Okay.
You gotta look at the torque too. The zero torque, the 0 to 100 torque is what makes them fast. You know?
Yeah. With the electric ones, the torque is always the kind of star of the show. But more horsepower doesn't hurt, and Xiaomi took that to the moon. So the one you're looking at, if you look at the front tag, it says Ultra. So that's the SU Ultra. That one has 1,525.
What?
You said 1,000?
Oh, this looks like a sleeper, bro. It will. Yeah. Ooh.
1,525 horsepower.
1,525.
Thing's a death trap.
Oh yeah, it's definitely trying to kill you. They put it on the Nürburgring, and it set the record for the fastest 4-door electric sedan to go around the Nürburgring. I'm
telling you, Nürburgring's where it's at. You want to test?
Wow.
Oh yeah, and it didn't. There were some kind of caveats with it, so it didn't take the fastest production car because they did do some weight reduction on it, so it's kind of like stripped out on the inside. So it didn't, qualify for that, but it did beat the times for the fastest production cars to go around the Nürburgring.
1,000 horsepower. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and so another big thing is they will be the newest manufacturer to be added to GT7, and they will be adding this car to GT7, which is something that we've kind of been complaining about. I think I showed in the last update what kind of cars they were adding, and wasn't exciting.
What was that little truck that was like 97 horsepower, 3-cylinder?
What was it? A Honda? What was it?
I forget what it
was. It was something. I try to get that out of my mind. I try to use that space in my memory for something else. Now
it's like this little work truck, the little mini work truck.
Eric, you got to hand it to GT3 or GT7 though on their ability to just rapidly pump new cars into the game. That is impressive. I mean, it's like every third episode we got new updates of cars getting put in.
Yeah, it's interesting because we were talking about just like the complexity of the cars, and if you're putting a little work truck, for instance, you're putting that in the game, the adjustability and all that stuff of it is pretty minimalistic. It's not very fast. You're not modifying it, no brake bias, no TCS, ABS suspension. So the model itself is kind of simple, but the effort is still appreciated. If they were doing real race cars,
100%.
it would be significantly more difficult to do, which sadly we don't get a lot of.
Imagine
so this
being,
one,
imagine
go
being the
ahead.
engineer that's doing that truck, and he's like, man, ain't nobody gonna drive this thing. And his boss is like, yo, when that truck gonna be done so we can push it to the game? And he's like, man, nobody can drive this thing.
Yeah, I know, right? Who's gonna drive this thing? Who's gonna?
So the funny thing is, for Daily Race A, that truck they put that truck on the Tokyo Expressway.
Of course they would.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect for
And
it.
so
That's
just
where
it's like a goof race, basically.
Yeah.
People hop in there and go down Tokyo Expressway at like 57 miles an hour, wide open or something.
Wide
like
open.
that. Yeah, it was kind of crazy. But this kind of takes me to just like the kind of whole EV conversation, because this isn't the first time they've partnered with somebody over an EV. You've never seen this car before, the one that I'm showing you right now. This is the Sony, what is this called?
Sony?
The Sony Afeela. So this car was one that they added last year. And Sony basically worked up this entire car. And the car like has, especially in VR, like it has everything. Like everything's designed out, the screens, the interfaces.
Sound system better be dope.
Sound system, everything. This is not a race car at all. This car is like a rolling like entertainment center. So sound, screens, everything on the inside. And Sony actually built this car in real life as well.
So it existed in
the
virtual
game
world first,
and they built the real one in real life, cool. And you can pre-order it now.
Oh, how much are they going for?
So they are here. I think I got the link to it.
How much you think it is, Jason?
100,000.
Yeah, probably. I guess it probably depends on the battery and stuff, huh?
Yeah, what's your guess?
I say starting 70 to 100.
Yeah, I'll say higher than that just to make things interesting.
Okay. So this is the Sony Afeela.
Okay, starting at 90. Starting at 90.
Starting at 90.
What's he crying for?
Hey, he's getting to experience.
Emotional?
Yeah,
look at that.
What the?
Not the way I would have gone if I was the marketing.
All right, listen, we need you to cry when you're driving this car, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, it's going to talk to you. You've got an external display.
Oh, you would. I would. I'm going to buy this car.
That's dope.
Bro, you got.
It would be some profanity all day.
There's got to be
learn to fucking drive.
Yeah. Get in the right lane. Don't travel in the left lane.
Yep. But when I say this, like the idea of it is it's a mobile, just like entertainment space. And, this being a Japanese product, of course, you have that just culture of, just creating an experience, right?
Yeah.
So you got speakers in the, in your seats and, spatial audio,
basically.
Screens everywhere. It's just, just a full experience. And like I said, when this first came to the game, of course, we all hopped in it and drove it. I'm like, this car sucks because the way it's a terrible car to have on the track.
He's so serious, dude. This car sucks, bro.
And so because we were like,
it was one of
the. What the hell is this?
So it was, it was a time when, people were complaining about GT7 not getting, any cars, and they were kind of giving us some like, weird stuff. And we're like, oh, an EV and, from Sony and all this stuff, maybe it'll be fast. It wasn't fast at all, but the inside was dope. And I'm trying to get down to the specs here. Okay, they got two trims, the signature and the origin.
At 103.
Yeah, so 103 for the the signature version. Yep. Trying to find, where's that? So you get some bigger wheels. They don't have any speed or performance stuff, which once again, right? Every EV, they're putting that 0 to 60 time up there. They're, the speed is, it's the easy button. It's electric motors. You just dial them up and they go. So the fact that they're not advertising that at all, once again,
it's kind of sus.
It reaffirms you're not buying this for the speed.
100%.
Well,
It'll probably
usually
be
when
there in some form, but
every other manufacturer that makes
Yeah.
EV is going to show you how fast they are.
Yeah, so
So
that
Yeah.
gotta be
yeah, this is
like
not
sundial
there.
slow.
So remember, right? Because when I was like researching this,
don't forget who
you
we
good.
talking to,
You,
Jeff.
you,
This
you,
guy's a Sony fanatic.
I
So
like
well, so
Sony too, but
I know you
so
are, bro. You're a Sony
I,
fan, bro. Stop
so
playing with yourself.
I'm a Sony fan.
Stop.
I'm not a
I know
fanatic,
you.
but I'm a realist, right? So just like
Let
I
me see
know
that
Sony
cup
does.
that's on your desk. Lift that cup up real quick. Let me see. Let me see what's on
Hey
there.
man.
You see? You see? Look.
No, but so the thing you got to remember about Sony is Sony does whatever the hell Sony wants to do, right? When they made laptops, when they made phones, they do what they want to do, and you either like it or you don't. And so for them to come out with a car and be like, yeah, if you ask us about speed, we'll say it's fast enough. It goes. I can totally see them saying that and not even really caring about performance and being like, but did you sit in it? Did you get it in to close your eyes? Did it bring you to tears when you drove it?
Bro, those
Like,
are some
that's what
fake
this
ass
is
tears,
about.
bro.
you bring
Let me
a
tell
good point. Like
it was
they're-
like one tear,
Yeah.
one.
Hey,
They're
And
bringing
the
a
other eye was
car.
completely dry. It was like, bro.
a little forced. But I think your point
Yeah.
is like they're bringing the car to the entertainment, not the entertainment to the car, right? You're buying
Yeah.
it for the experience, not the acceleration.
I will say
Yeah.
this. There's not a sim out there that's done electric cars right when it comes to feel. Because they all feel slow.
So
They-
I'll say this about GT7.
I'm-
They've got some other EVs in there, and I've driven a Model 3. It wasn't a performance, but it was a Model 3. And one thing they do have right is that damn weight, because they are heavy, and once they get going, it is terrifying. Because you know, unless you've done some hella upgrades, that when you hit those brakes, they are not going to be there. It is not going to slow down quick, just compared to what you normally expect in a lighter road car, especially like compared to a race car. So
you should come down for a visit because
Yeah.
I have two of them.
Yeah,
And
the Model 3s.
I have one Model 3 Performance and I got a Model Y Performance.
Okay,
And those things stop on a dime, bro. On a
they
dime.
bring that 6,000 pounds stuff.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Full
so
stop.
GT7.
They got it wrong, dude.
So
because
I'm not going to ask you how fast you're going, because I think
because of
Liability
legality
reasons.
purposes, right?
Liability.
Yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
we're not going to incriminate ourselves on the Chicane podcast. But
Yeah.
I will tell you that she will stop. She has stopped better than anything else I've driven. So I don't know if the Model 3 was, I don't know. I don't know.
I'll
I
say
don't know.
probably the speeds I was going in the game
Oh,
had
in
a
the
lot
game.
had a lot to do with why the stopping distances were. So
I mean, it's not a race car, but it's
this is
still-
like
it's a
bone
performance
stock.
car. But
So
Yeah,
the car,
bone
my
stock.
car has a track mode, whatever.
So, and
built
see,
in.
we can't, and that's another problem. You can't change any modes. You can't like select anything. Is you get in and you just press the gas. So all of the different
But it ain't
performance
gas, though.
options, or what was it? Press the go button. Press the go switch.
the forward pedal.
The
Yeah.
accelerator.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
man,
it's
That's funny.
yeah, but that'd be
Not
interesting
even.
though.
I'm telling you, I've driven Model S's, Plaids, and they're like what I'm telling you. Sense of speed, I don't feel it in those games. I don't know. I don't feel it in any games. I've tried it in Assetto Corsa Evo. They feel dead to me, but those cars are way more fun. They're way more fun in life, I would say.
I can see that.
I'm pretty
'Cause it
sure some people are
definitely-
going to attack me. So come on and attack me in the comments.
Yeah.
I do my stick shift driving in the rig. But a business vehicle, get me to work, autopilot all day. So
Oh, dude, I'd
No.
love that. That'd be awesome.
Man, look, I need that for my girls, man, before they start driving. I need them to- whatever they got to do to figure that out.
especially Hawaii traffic, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, bro. You appreciate the little things in life
Yeah,
at
for
that
sure.
point. So
Yeah.
All right, gents. That's what's up, Eric. Like, good topic again. Like, those are cool things, man. You showing off. I mean, are you gonna buy one though? Because I know you're a fan.
So, my issue with the EV right now is we tend to go out into the boonies a little bit. And so, unless something happens, I win a lottery, I can't have a car that I can't take everywhere.
I hope you do, bro.
And so,
I hope you do.
I like that. I like that.
I hope you do. If you do, don't forget about us.
Hey,
Both of us.
I got you, man.
Right?
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah, I'm gonna be sprinkling some love in Hawaii, man.
There you go, bro. There
Yeah.
you go. So
Yeah.
all right, well, we're cutting it really close on time, so I will be postponing the track of the week. And I won't reveal what it was, but I did make a promise that we will go over the questions that we had in queue for the week. So without further ado, who's up? No, I think Jeff, you're up first for the first one.
I got you, buddy. I'm going to get right into it here. So this is a short one, so I'm going to share it from the beginning here and give this a quick read. This is, do we have a name for this one? Peter. Hey guys, love your podcast. Watch it every Monday. Hey Peter, thanks dude. We appreciate being part of your day. I'm from Sweden. I love sim racing. I thought I'd send you some pictures of my sim rig. Keep up the awesome podcast. And dudes, if my rig looked like this, I'd be sharing the hell out of it too.
I'm telling you.
That is clean.
Oh yeah.
Hey, is that all wireless? Like, where's the wires at?
I don't know. He's figured out some magic.
Dude. But here's the best
part.
Probably
tucked under somewhere.
Hey, look at the wheel. Look at the wheel.
The soul pack. That's why you picked this one, huh?
Yeah. Dude, Peter, killer setup here, dude.
Oh yeah,
he's got the base shakers in the four corners. Was that 2 act? Dang, bro, this is a setup, boys.
Ooh. Oh yeah,
this is set. He's even got the light down there.
Oh, it is 2 active pedals.
Yeah, and he's got a hue light down there.
Yeah, for dramatic effect, man.
Dramatic. Oh, it was, dude. This was a nice rig. And then he had to go put that on the PC.
The McLaren. Yeah, bro.
Man. Shout out Daniel Newman. He'll like this one.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah. Oh.
Dude,
this boy, he's a.
Oh, he's not playing around,
He's not playing around.
Not at all.
Damn, he got a ton of spare filament.
bro.
Huh? Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. So.
What are we printing, bro? Let us know. What are we printing?
Everything and anything.
I'm telling you,
Peter,
that's what it looked like.
Killer rig. Letting us be a part of your day. Keep the pictures coming, buddy. You get some mod updates to the thing. Send it over here.
Definitely.
100%. Yeah. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate it. All right, who's up next?
I mean, I can hop back in.
Go for it.
It's a little lengthy, but
okay.
We appreciate the effort though. So I'm going to share.
This one, I think I know which one this is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to get to this one. So this one comes from Ramsey. He says, "Hey guys, my name is Ramsey. So for my start in sim racing back with Gran Turismo 4, got the Logitech Driving Force GT, tiny wheel, LOL. Says race the heck out of that. Then GT time trial came out, so I got a G27, TV, and PS3." To play a free game.
Man.
Yeah, he says, race my heart out trying to get to the top of the leaderboard. Made it to 198, then got pushed off top 200 2 days before the end.
Damn, bro.
So then he says he raced GT5 and 6, then kind of shelved it for a while. Enter COVID. A lot of people's story got, come through the COVID time.
Yep.
That's it, bro.
Guilty.
Yep.
All of us, most of us.
Yep. He says, boom, I want to race again. Got a PC, Logitech again, then Thrustmaster T300, then CSL, the Club Sport 2.5, the DD1, then SimMagic Alpha Mini. Wow. Geez, lost so much buying and selling, but this is where it's at now. So just wanted to share my rig. As many do, space is an issue, and it took a few years to work up to triples, but finally got a way to make it much more compact when not in use. Don't mind the door; it's not used. House divided. So so that answers our question from before. So he said, so I wanted to have foldable screens for a while, but the issues that came up were getting reliable positioning each time. Then once I got the bezel-free kit, couldn't give that up. So I played around in CAD until I found a pivot point that worked. Then 3D printed some bezel-free kit mounts that attached to the center monitor. It had some laser cut hinges made for the arms.
There's the 3D printing again.
Yep. He says the clasps lock in place. It's solid and lines up exactly each time. A little bit about the rig, running SimMagic Alpha Mini. Shout out SimMagic. Hyper PE wheel. Assume that's Houston Field sprints. It says AT sprints. PE button box with relay switches above. It says they turn on remotely. Wheelbase, shaker amps, WinSim, and some more empty ones for future projects. All wires and PSU are mounted vertically behind center monitor, then 3D printed, again, a cover for it. I'll send another email with video of monitor folding. Ran out of room here.
Yo, that is a clean setup.
Bro. Another clean setup.
Again,
making my setup look like
these people with wireless
like ass
stuff. I know, right?
Bro, I'm like, when I first saw this, I was like how?
My shit's hidden, but still.
I mean, I'm ashamed I showed my rig last the other week after looking at some of these.
Oh, yeah. Y'all ain't gonna never see my rig.
Bro.
Yeah, I mean, like, just the like from every angle.
Look at normally the door, though.
Like, normally I'm used to like, okay, as soon as we start getting closer behind it, the wires are going to start poking out and you'll start seeing the guts. And there are no guts in this thing.
It's all clean in the closet.
And even from the other side, it's like, okay, there's nothing. And then I noticed this. He has literally one cable going to his wall from the rig.
That's almost as bonkers as everything else.
Everything's under the rig. It has to be.
But then this is what he was talking about with the hinge.
The hinge,
laser cut. And so he's got the monitors that fold.
Bro, you can start up a business, dude.
Dude, I was thinking the same thing.
Look at that. Compact.
Look how tight that is. It's basically almost within the footprint of the rig. Like, look at this shot from behind.
That's crazy. Wild.
That is crazy. With triples, and he says he gets it back to the same spot every time.
There's the rig and the PC.
Yep. Yeah, so we see a little bit of it.
That's a little too clean, man. That's cheating.
I was definitely cheating.
Let's see this.
What?
No way.
And it's got a locking mechanism. Nice.
Bro.
Okay, yeah.
Dumbfounded.
Yeah.
Where there's a will, there's a way. Oh yeah. So that's what.
Yo, don't let the wives see
3D
that.
Printing, man.
Don't let the wives see that.
No.
Dude, send us the.
Excuse.
Yeah, man. Sharing is caring.
I'm telling you, man. Dude, but he obviously is not a rookie in like cutting metals and 3D printing. I mean, like the geometry and the math that I don't even know what it's called to build something like that to have the perfect angles is.
Yeah, it's crazy because he said he played around in CAD, so he knows what he's doing in there enough to basically know how to model it and know once he gets to a point, okay, this will work in real life. And risk his monitors,
Yeah, 100%, man. It's man. That's very,
scary.
Really super creative, though.
Super creative.
Yeah,
I tell you. All right, so I have the next one, and it's by Frankie Arocho. And something happened on my screen. Hold on. Sorry, guys.
I don't know. No,
says, hello, guys. Just wanted to say you guys are doing a great job and keep it up. I love that you guys cover all types of subjects regarding sim racing. Jason, I'm a fellow Puerto Rican. Thank you. Boricua as well. And I've jumped in your lives as Commander PR. I'm not a big iRacer, but my main sim is Acero. And because of drifting and definitely gonna revisit iRacing. Sorry. I will share a couple of pictures of my old rig, and I say old is because I had to sell it due to personal reasons, but I am rebuilding and I'm almost done, almost completely basically done. I will also share some of the 3D printed sim gear I've done. If you guys need any help, I'm pretty familiar with how to make them. But anyway, keep up the great work. And like Jeff said, go fast and brake late. But it's
Hey.
drive fast and brake
Ah,
late. Frankie Arocho. All right, let me share these pictures. Share my screen for a second. If all goes well. Here we go, Mr. Commander. So we got a DDU here. Nice little DDU,
that's
3D
clean.
printed.
That's clean.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Go. With the
Lovely,
lovely, I see you with the lovely dashboard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
buddy.
lovely dashboard. Gotta have it.
Then we have
Yeah.
okay.
He's got what, those look like. Are those 32?
Sim racing, American Sim Racing.
Check out the top. Is that top monitor that size, or is it just
Little.
the picture look weird? You see that? The top monitor is like cut in half.
I think it might
it's
be
just
just
the picture.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
the
I think it's just
backside
the
of the picture. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I see you with the Moza. I like the lights.
Yeah, it's got a nice little. Oh, that's a cool button
Oh,
box.
look at that button box. There you go.
Oh yeah. Little
I see
carbon
you.
fiber action.
Yeah,
custom
buddy.
buttons.
Yep. I like that.
Check him out, bro. Look at the
yeah,
wind
that's the
sim.
kit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Got the wind
Yeah,
sim, custom
man.
custom button box with a stream deck look like inside of it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah. I need to give me one of those, man.
You need to print one of those, you mean? We need to talk to Frankie.
Oh, I can't print a stream deck. I print the I print the box though.
Freaking Eric. Check him out, bro.
That's a clean look, man.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
clean. He's got his wind sim.
Gotta stay cool, bro.
Did
That was
you?
key, bro. In that Nürburgring 24. Oh, yes.
Yeah, I bet it
that
was.
key.
Oh, you
That
got
was
race
key. You got
logic.
race logic. Okay.
Yep.
Check him out.
You got a nice little setup.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
man.
like it, man. I need some more. I see the kind of
Inspiration,
thread
bro.
here is I need more LEDs, more lights. I think that's what I'm missing on my rig.
I like it dark. I turn off all the lights. I turn off all the lights and just use the hue lights, and that's it.
That's
But
I think
teach
we
his
got-
own. Teach his own.
I think we got one more by Harry Mazarakis.
Mazarakis. Yeah, I got this one, buddy. Hello, Jason, Eric, and Jeff. The tutorial we've been waiting for has finally dropped. So this dude has done, I'm going to just cue this up. There's a little history behind it before I read it. He does mixed reality sim racing. He dropped a video, I don't know, maybe like probably 2 or 3 months ago now. And it was badass. The dude has like the VR, but he has pass through from basically, I don't know, his, he basically can see his wheel and hands and his whole rig. But then you look up and it's the VR of the car, and you can look over and see shifter and stuff. And it's super cool. And I reached out to him. I was like, hey, dude, you can't post something like this and not tell us how to do this stuff. I mean, like, that's like, that's cruel and unusual punishment. So I reached out and I was like, hey, man, like, I actually talked about it on the show. This is months ago. Hey, just let us know. We're super interested. We'll talk about it. So he followed up with an email, and so I'm going to read it here. The tutorial we've all been waiting for has finally dropped. Would really like your thoughts once you guys try it out. We'll be doing the same. Also, including some upcoming VR headsets that are starting to ship below. So I'm not going to load it up, but I'll share it. We'll share it in the video description here. Give it a watch. It's super cool how this guy uses a VR headset with pass through to create, like I said, his hands, his wheel, and then the dashboard of the car and the road. So if you're somebody that has motion, like the VR gives you motion sickness, give this a try. It might help you out with that. But anyways, some of the headsets that are coming down the pipeline: the Pimax Super Crystal, the MagaNet X, the Big Screen Beyond 2 with and without eye tracking. He does comment that the Beyond Big Screen 2 does not have pass through, so it won't work with what he's showing and displaying to us. Play for the Dream MR, and thank you, Harry M. Dude, Harry M, I think what you're doing is awesome, pushing sim racing to where it hasn't been before. he comes up
Yeah.
with a pretty creative solution to, like I said, kind of show his rig, but then have the immersiveness of VR. So, Harry, dude, thank you. Thanks for reaching out. Thanks for, obviously watching and listening, letting us be a part of your day. And everybody, give it a look. It's awesome what he's doing. Kind of
Yep.
pushing the sport, pushing the hobby forward.
Yeah.
We'll put the links in the description here to that video so you guys can see what the, how to do it, because Jeff and I almost killed each other trying to figure out how to do this shit.
That's because
Like, where the hell to how to hit
impatient SOBs.
And we kind of went over, I think it was a few episodes back, we did look into it, but then the room needs to be super dark, right, for this type of thing to work. But
I mean, we'll give you a little hint. He puts like a light on his chest, and then that's what super lights up the wheel, and that's what enables the pass through. But his video talks about how he does it, and the videos look badass. And I'm sure with some tweaking, you two can do it. But yeah, I just think it's cool that somebody's with some ingenuity is pushing the hobby where it hasn't been before.
I think you would need like a canopy. I've seen a lot of people use canopies and like sim roofs and to darken out the rig to get it to work better. So if you're 100% VR, this might be for you, if you're 100% VR. But for us to have open style rigs like this, there's some compromises. Like if the wife opens the door and light comes in, now you lost the wheel.
Lost the wheel, lost the car, lost the race.
I mean,
lost the wife.
It's not a big deal. You lost the wife too. So, no, God bless the wife. All right, gents, round table. I think that's about it for me today, and it's been good to be back here. So, anything we need to cover before we close this one?
No, Jason, just one more to you and the team. Great work with the 24-hour race there. That's pretty cool. So, for my portion, drive fast and brake late.
Yep.
All right. I mean, I'll tell you what. I wish that we can do this together next time. Maybe we'll have a Chicane podcast team and do it as a team. But 24 hours is no joke. So, I mean, maybe we could do a 6-hour. Maybe we could do a 3-hour. 4 hour.
I think that's awesome.
Split it in 3, divvy it up. So
get you guys into F4s and we'll do it.
I would love to. I'm waiting. You guys let me know. You guys let me know when you want to do it. We'll do it. It's hell worth it. It's a lot of fun.
All right.
It's very how do you say this? Like some sort of achievement.
Rewarding.
Rewarding. Yeah.
Cool.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll cover track of the week next week. And thank you so much for the questions. Keep them coming. Leave a comment, like, subscribe. If you want your email posted on here, drop us an email at thechicanepodcast@gmail.com. And with that, have a great start of your week. Thank you.